Pets are just amazing. Really, if you think about it, all they want to do is love their owners and make us happy. This morning, Jessi Burns from Foothills Animal Shelter opens up about her story and how Andi helped to pull her through a very part of depression in her life, and she calls it mutual rescue. I love that you're so willing to share your story.
Thank you.
How did you meet or find Andi? But please, it's a she.
Yeah.
She's tiny, it's not the full name. What's the full name?
Her name is Andromeda, which is a galaxy, actually. And so, but I call her Andi for short because Andromeda is obviously kind of a mouthful.
And you met Andi.
So I met Andi. I actually just stumbled across a picture of her online, and she looked so sad in her picture. And so I felt an immediate connection with her because I was going through a really tough time during that time, and she looked how I felt, and so I just decided that she was the dog for me. And so I found her at the Humane Society of the Pikes Peak region down in Colorado Springs, and that's where I adopted her from.
How long now?
I got her in 2011, so it's been, what, 6 years?
Yeah, 6 years.
Yeah.
So share as much as you want about your situation and why you were so sad.
Yeah, so back then, so back in 2011, I had a boyfriend, and we were talking about getting married and really loved each other. And unfortunately, he ended up committing suicide. And it was completely unexpected. You know, he was the life of the party. He was always, you know, just a wonderful, wonderful person. And so that obviously pushed me into sort of a downward spiral of depression and thoughts of suicide myself and just all this really terrible stuff. And so that's when I started looking at pictures of dogs online. That was really the only thing that sort of got me out of my situation. And that's when I stumbled across Andi's picture, and she really is the one that saved me.
It's okay, come So how did she help you through some very dark, sad days?
Well, she is, you can see, she's very active. She does not understand why she needs to be sitting still right now. And so, you know, kind of all I wanted to do at that time was lay in bed. I was very depressed, didn't want to reach out to anybody. I was, you know, totally focused inward, and she wouldn't let me. You know, she was only 8 months old at the time, and so she would constantly bring me toys. She would force me to get out of bed. And so she's really the one that brought me back to life, honestly. I always say, I think that I wouldn't be sitting here today if I hadn't adopted her. She really did save my life.
Isn't that amazing how pets in different capacities really help humans to heal?
Absolutely, absolutely, they really do. I mean, I think, you know, there are studies out there that show that they can calm your stress levels, you know, they can help with heart disease, all of that crazy stuff. And then, you know, obviously with me, emotionally, she is what saved me.
What can we learn from Andi?
So I think one of the biggest things that I've learned from Andi is to live in the moment and to be happy about the littlest of things. We will go outside in the backyard and play fetch, and that's the highlight of her day, and she absolutely loves it. And so I think we could all be better at, you know, just living in the moment and finding joy in little things like that.
And then your life even opened up even more because the Foothills Animal Shelter position opened up. Yeah. And that was really important to you. Was that a natural, I've got to go for this?
It was. I actually wasn't even looking for a job, but after adopting Andi, I really realized that I wanted to help other people find animals like I found Andi, because it's so important, I think. I think animals bring so much to our lives. And so when the position opened up, it was like, I have to apply, and I just happened to get it, and now I've been at Foothills Animal Shelter for about 3.5 years, and it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
I'm so happy for you. Yeah. And you're actually featured in the Mutual film, Mutual Rescue, that's the film. So share more about that.
Yeah, so Mutual Rescue is a national initiative that really is trying to change the conversation from people or pets to people and pets. And so to really show that when we rescue animals, just as often animals rescue us. And so when you're helping local communities, you know, local shelters and local animals, you're also helping the people, you know, locally. And so they actually featured me in a film called Jessi and Andi. It's, if you want to watch it, it's at mutualrescue.org, and it just shows our story, and it's really beautiful. I'm really proud to be part of the initiative.
And you get to be a part of that. You've been there and seen people come into the shelter that sometimes that's just what they need for their family.
Yeah, I feel so honored to feel like I have a part in helping other people find their saviors like I found Andi. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like, so what changes have you seen since the film?
So
More
the film,
people hearing your story.
Yeah, so my main goal with telling my story is I really realized after I went through everything how many people have been affected by suicide. It is
depression.
Yeah, and depression and mental illness in general, and it's something we never talk about. And there's such a stigma against it, and I think that that sort of creates this vicious cycle of people not talking about it and feeling like they're alone, and then feeling like suicide is their only option. So my main goal is I just really want people to know that they're not alone, and that, you know, I'm just trying to open up that conversation.
Which is so important in a pet. Sometimes that's all you need. That's
Absolutely.
all you want.
Yep.
They just want to love you.
Exactly, and they don't judge you, and they'll let you sit on the floor and
care.
cry for 30
And then
minutes,
you're
and they're
laughing.
fine. You're right.
Let's
Exactly.
go play. Come on.
Exactly.
All right. Well, speaking of wonderful critters, Andi, you're amazing. When the show returns, if you're looking for a special furry friend, look at that face to love on and to love you no matter what, then you're going to want to adopt Scarlett O'Hara. Look at that.